One thing I can tell you, brother, is black people, we ain't shit, man. Our people ain't shit. Black people ain't shit, bro. We can talk about this white man all day. But nah, man, black people ain't them. We ain't shit, man. Our people is fucked up. This slavery shit, I got to blame it all on slavery, Unc. You hear me? This slavery shit done fucked up our mental, everything, man. We ain't shit as a people. We still trying to live off of what our fucking ancestors did 100 goddamn years ago. We built this. We built America. We built that. Okay, granted, you built all that shit. Now that the white man is not hitting you in the back, nigga, no more to make you build it, here's the question I got for you, Unc. What the fuck are we building today? When you ain't being forced to build nothing. What are you building today, Unc? What is black people building today?
To. Microphone check. Hotep senu hela senut itiren ishakandugu kemet. Title of this live stream is Black People Ain't Shit, said Sanetta, and you just heard it. I was planning on going live and just have, I want to hear from you, instead of the usual free talk, questions and answers. First, I was going to put free talk, period. Then I thought, you know what, let me put, I want to hear from you. But it is still the same. As a matter of fact, let me share the link now. For all purposes, today is Sunday, June 18, 2023. And just tonight, I came across this video. And sharing is caring. He mentions Ankh. The only Ankh I know that's a regular caller on the House of Consciousness is the one who now goes by the name Bobby Banger. And he's laughing when he's told that black people ain't shit. You know about the butler Reggie, the punk ass biatch? When Sekou said that black Americans have no power, and he also said that Africans have no power, but he conveniently just put the excerpt talking about the African Americans, and he shared it so that people will be mad at Sekou. What does that bitch ass monkey ass slut Reggie say now? What will Jabari Osase say now? What will ISUPK say now? What will Garfield Reed say now? What will the punk Smash Rockwell say now? What will be the excuse? It's going to be a bit hard, but they will surely come with something. They always do. They always do. But if you look at the etymology of the word shit, you know what I'm saying, it goes back to the 17th century, blah, 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 blah.
One thing I can tell you, brother, is black people, we ain't shit, man. Our people ain't shit. Black people ain't shit, bro. We can talk about this white man all day. But nah, man, black people ain't them. We ain't shit, man. Our people is fucked up. This slavery shit, I got to blame it all on slavery, Unc. You hear me? This slavery shit done fucked up our mental, everything, man. We ain't shit as a people. We still trying to live off of what our fucking ancestors did 100 goddamn years ago. We built this. We built America. We built that. Okay, granted, you built all that shit. Now that the white man is not hitting you in the back, nigga, no more to make you build it, here's the question I got for you, Unc. What the fuck are we building today? When you ain't being forced to build nothing. What are you building today, Unc? What is black people building today?
I'm waiting. I'm going to be patient. I want to hear from you, brothers and sisters, listeners, foreigners, haters. No matter who you are, feel free to get on the panel. The only requirement is that you show your face. What is your stance on that? What do you think about that? You know, when you say, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes say, oh, that's some good shit. It means stuff, you know what I'm saying? Some people say, I'm the shit. It means, you know, something about you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Lil Wayne song, you know what I'm saying? I mean, T.I. song featuring Lil Wayne and Jay-Z, no, Swagger Like Us. And he says, you know, I'm feeling a bit of shit and a urine. So, you know what I'm saying? If you look at it from the metaphysical point of view, then, you know, he ain't saying nothing wrong. Come on, bitch ass. Come and make the explanation. Come on. Come and make the breakdown. Come and make the breakdown. Woof, woof. Can't make a breakdown if she wants to. Only Fan Mika can make a breakdown if she wants to. Punk Chris Snakes can make a breakdown if he wants to. I'm waiting. Is that what's up? Is this what's hot in the street? Is this what's popping in the street? Or is it some New York slang? What's up, my ninja? You ain't shit today. Thank you, brother. Same for you. You ain't shit today. I don't know what kind of explanation they're going to come up with, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
One thing I can tell you, brother, is black people, we ain't shit, man. Our people ain't shit. Black people ain't shit, bro. We can talk about this white man all day, but nah, man, black people ain't them. We ain't shit, man. Our people is fucked up. This slavery shit, I got to blame it all on slavery, You hear me? This slavery shit done fucked up our mental, everything, man. We ain't shit as a people. We still trying to live off of what our fucking ancestors did 100 goddamn years ago. We built this. We built America. We built that. Okay, granted, you built all that shit. Now that the white man is not hitting you in the back, nigga, no more to make you build it, here's the question I got for you, Unc. What the fuck are we building today? When you ain't being forced to build nothing. What are you building today, Unc? What is black people building today?
He's going to say, well, you know how long ago that was? Or he's going to say, well, you know, he ain't playing the full video, you know what I'm saying, just playing a part of it. Let him go ahead and play the full video. So we can get the quote-unquote full context, because he will probably say, well, that was taken out of context. It's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Well, that's what he said. So I'm suspecting that people did not get the notification yet. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting, but I really want to hear from you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if a white dude would have said that, oh my goodness, this would have made the news. This would have made the news. And we will be hearing from this angry black man and angry black woman. When somebody said that Martin Luther King ain't shit, well, I heard some sisters complaining. I heard some brothers complaining. Sa Neter just said that black people ain't shit. Yes, you heard right. Filthy Frankie. Bicha Sa Neter. Frankie.
One thing I can tell you, brother, is black people, we ain't shit, man. Our people ain't shit. Black people ain't shit, bro. We can talk about this white man all day, but nah, man, black people ain't them. We ain't shit, man. Our people is fucked up. This slavery shit, I gotta blame it all on slavery, You hear me? This slavery shit done fucked up our mental, everything, man. We ain't shit as a people. We still trying to live off of what our fucking ancestors did 100 goddamn years ago. We built this. We built America. We built that. Okay, granted, you built all that shit. Now that the white man is not hitting you in the back, nigga, no more to make you build it, here's the question I got for you, What the fuck are we building today? When you ain't being forced to build nothing. What are you building today, What is black people building today?
Brother Tory is in the place to be. Now, tell me, because you changed your name, if you prefer that I don't call you Tory anymore, let me know. I'm used to calling you Tory. It makes it easier for me. But if for whatever reason you prefer that I call you by Yeshua ben Shofet, and let me know, because it's important for you. So, did you hear the beginning? But just in case you didn't hear the beginning, let me play. This is only 1 minute long, really. 58 seconds to be exact. Great, I appreciate that. He's fine with me calling him Tory. What do you think about that? So another saying that black people ain't shit.
One thing I can tell you, brother, is black people, we ain't shit, man. Our people ain't shit. Black people ain't shit, bro. We can talk about this white man all day. But nah, man, black people ain't them. We ain't shit, man. Our people is fucked up. This slavery shit, I gotta blame it all on slavery, You hear me? This slavery shit done fucked up our mental, everything, man. We ain't shit as a people. We still trying to live off of what our fucking ancestors did 100 goddamn years ago. We built this. We built America. We built that. Okay, granted, you built all that shit. Now that the white man is not hitting you in the back, nigga, no more to make you build it, here's the question I got for you, What the fuck are we building today? When you ain't being forced to build nothing. What are you building today, What is black people building today?
Tory wrote, he went from banging on white people to banging on his own people. He said, we effed up. Not we effed up as in we messed up, but we're effed up. We are fucked up. How many times did he say black people ain't shit? V-Bandit is in the place to be Hotep. Let's hear it. How many times did Filthy Frankie, Bitch Ass Never said that black people ain't shit?
One thing I can tell you, brother, is black people, we ain't shit, man. Our people ain't shit. Black people ain't shit, bro. We can talk about this white man all day. But nah, man, black people ain't them. We ain't shit, man. Our people is fucked up. This slavery shit, I gotta blame it all on slavery, You hear me? This slavery shit done fucked up our mental, everything, man. We ain't shit as a people. We still trying to live off of what our fucking ancestors did 100 goddamn years ago. We built this. We built America. We built that. Okay, granted, you built all that shit. Now that the white man is not hitting you in the back, nigga, no more to make you build it, here's the question I got for you, What the fuck are we building today? When you ain't being forced to build nothing. What are you building today, What is black people building today?
I counted 5 times. Like Candyman. That's what I counted. And except saying 5 times that black people ain't shit, we ain't shit, he also said we're fucked up and some other stuff. So I'm waiting. The link is in the chat. What's the explanation now? What's the excuse? The Shrine of Ma'at. What's going to be the excuse? Baba Heru. What's going to be his excuse? What's going to be Jabari Osase's excuse? Well, look, if you look into the Hebrew, the word for feces, was also used for other stuff like blah, 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 blah. Also, in the Bible, it says you shall, eat some of your excrement. So bowel movement ain't that bad. But the feces is part of you, man. in your body first, you know what I'm saying, mind, body, and soul. And according to the metaphysical laws, since the planet alignment in 2012, well, you know what I'm saying, whatever's inside of you comes out in the universe. Ain't gonna be an easy ride, but they're gonna try. That's their reflex. Make an excuse for all five stuff. And the funny thing is that yesterday we came to the realization that it seems that Sanetta scammed Chris MVP Harris, Shaka Amos, and Smash Rockwell. God damn it. Dang. Hey, Dirty, baby, I got your money, don't you worry. My goodness. He ain't got the pimp hand strong, but he surely has the pimp game strong. Filthy Frankie is pimping them brothers, man. And paying them, living it large. Living large, living big. All the money that the chick ran up with, he's making up for it with their debate money. He's gaslighting all those folks he robbed. And all three of them jump out of the window and talk sideways about me. But they are butt kissing the dude who didn't pay them. I'm probably on the phone with them. Just say I paid you. Look, I'm going to send you the money now. If you guys want to say he paid you, we want to know when and how much. You're going to have to film your email and show us the date and the amount. You ain't going to accept no Photoshop job.
And Shaka, did you get your money, your $1,000 from that?
I didn't get nothing yet. I was supposed to get it before the debate. That's what happened with me and Jabari, why we didn't have a debate. I was told one thing and something else happened.
But if he thinks that black people ain't shit, why would he pay them? Stockholm Syndrome. Beach shot syndrome? Stockholm Syndrome is for people who are kidnapped or held hostage. That when the dude owes you money. I think we're gonna come up with a T-shirt that says realness over beach assness. So nobody has any comment? Nobody wants to get on the panel and tell us how they feel about this new teaching of Filthy Frankie? House of Consciousness teaching? Andrea, how you doing, sister? She's in a place to be. Maybe you heard it already, but let me play just in case you haven't. Filthy Frankie Beach House Sanetta has a new teaching for black folks. Let's hear it.
One thing I can tell you, brother, is black people, we ain't shit, man. Our people ain't shit. Black people ain't shit, bro. We can talk about this white man all day, but nah, man, black people ain't them. We ain't shit, man. Our people is fucked up. This slavery shit, I gotta blame it all on slavery, you hear me? This slavery shit done fucked up our mental, everything, man. We ain't shit as a people. We still trying to live off of what our fucking ancestors did 100 goddamn years ago. We built this. We built America. We built that. Okay, granted, you built all that shit. Now that the white man is not hitting you in the back, nigga, no more to make you build it, here's the question I got for you, What the fuck are we building today? When you ain't being forced to build nothing. What are you building today, What is black people building today?
Yeah, I think you're on mute, Shaka.
Thank you, brother. I was. Hotep, you been at? How you doing, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, brother. Feel free to speak.
Okay, let me just. Yeah,
It'd be
man.
hard for them to make excuses for that, but they will try.
Yeah, but you know what? It's like Shaka. I mean, you know, this is the avenue that he's going down. I mean, he doesn't care who notices really, because he knows, and more than just him know, you know, like they know, some of them, a couple know, at least want more than just him. They know that when you take money and you rob people, and I mean, just look at how many people he had doing these things, events with, and then later they don't get paid, and then they have to sit around and ask you. Like I was saying this a while ago, man. Right then and there, if you accept that, you are you're basically somebody's hoe. You're a bitch. You know, that's really I hate to say it that way, but and these people don't want to see themselves, because why would you want to look in the mirror and admit you're a bitch to some fucking asshole like Sonnet or some scumbag like him? Because of course your view of yourself would shrink incredibly, right? But it's better that you understand that, because that's what it is. You won't break out of it if you don't understand that's what it is. And these people, think about this. How many prostitutes will whip your ass if you dare fuck over their pimp? There's prostitutes that come to the rescue of the pimp. That's Stockholm syndrome. And the pimp will whip their ass and tell them they love them. That's gaslighting. Blame the hoe for not making the amount of money she was supposed to make. That's gaslighting. I mean, Sonetta, I don't know, don't get me wrong. Maybe he doesn't realize he's doing this. And if that's the case, I really feel sorry for him, because usually the people that don't realize they're doing this to other people are people that have had it done to them as a child. You see what I mean? And they just don't know any better. It's just a cycle, dude, a pure cycle of abuse. And that would mean other people around also are part of that cycle. But I think he knows it. And I think the people that sit up there like Shaka Amos, they have a grown man have to ask him, Shaka, did you get your money? Why does a grown man have to ask you if you got your money? You're a damn grown man yourself. Why does Reggie have to ask Shaka Amos, does he have his money? You're not his daddy. You're not his mother. Shaka Amos is a grown-ass man that's supposed to be grown-ass man enough to demand his own goddamn money. Because if you don't,
actually,
you won't get no respect in this world.
He did allude to that, but he wasn't direct. He said, yo, sir, I was supposed to get something. I haven't received it. What's up?
No. That's not how it works. Because see, when a guy knows, when a person knows you're a bitch and that's how they see you, then alluding is not enough. Alluding ain't gonna cut it. You know what I'm saying? Alluding just ain't, and I'm sorry to say it that way, but that's how the jungle works. And Sonetta, happy Father's. Thank you, Sister Andrea Burnett. Yeah, I almost said happy Father's Day. Thank you, because yes, indeed, we fathers right now, and you're a mother. So if we didn't say it to you before, happy Mother's Day, and Grandmother's Day too for those that are grandmothers, but and grandfathers too for those that are grandfathers. But yeah, I'm serious, man. Now, I just told you straight up, a lot of these people, they think they from the streets. Nah, not too many of them from the streets. So I'm be honest with you, because the streets means you give me my money or I blow your head off. That's what the streets is. That's how the streets really work. I hate to say it. I mean, at least when I was 16, 17, 18, that's how it worked. I don't know how it works for these dudes, really, and I really don't. And it's sad that the world has to be that way, but they can't be from the streets. There's nobody that's ever supposed to ever take them seriously as being from the streets, because look at one little corny, shrunken up man can have them doing, running around in circles. Where's my money? Where's my money? And then even defending him. Don't you fuck with my nigga, Sonetta. I'll whip your ass. Don't you dare do that. And it's like, yo, this is some really crazy shit, Shaka. I'm sorry for the language. I'm not
Yeah,
even upset, but it's like, it's Sunday,
you
man.
speak however you feel, brother. Speak. I mean, this filthy Frankie is using profanity, disrespecting mothers, daughters, sons. You know what I'm saying? So, feel free, brother. You know what I'm saying? Feel free. I
And
think
then now,
after, yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. What was you gonna say? You think after
I was
what?
gonna say, I think after the pre-trial and the trial, I may, use less profanity because people who've been
True.
following me for years know that it wasn't a habit of mine, but a habit of mine. But when you have people who defend child molesters on tape,
I
it's
feel the
difficult not
same
to use
way.
profanity. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, man. It's difficult. It's difficult. And as far as him saying, it's pure gaslighting. It's pure gaslighting. That message is for the people that, he didn't pay, the people he didn't treat like, come on, black people are fucked up. Yeah, we know, motherfucker. You are at the center of the fucked upness. Your fucked up ass in your fucked up ways. How do you expect see, this is the importance of whipping a dude like this ass when he comes to you. I'm not saying him, but when they do this, because if you don't correct this behavior, yeah, black people will be fucked up. How are you going to have successful black communities when black people rip each other off and get away with it and nothing happens? That's not possible. That's totally impossible. That's not how communities work when people, respect their communities that they live in and the people that live in them. Respect the older women, the ladies, respect the men that go to work, respect the kids that go to schools. That's how communities work. And when you have pimps and robbers, scammers running through your community, running wild, well, then your community is going to the state of your community and people is going to reflect that. It is no higher than the order. Your community can be no higher than the order of your people. So, I mean, in this case, you have a person that's blatantly running around out there laughing about it. And I'm just telling you straight up, that's where he lived. It's not my responsible to go to New York and crack no heads. The New York people are supposed to crack heads in New York. That's their job. That's why they live there. That's their claim to fame. I love New York. You see what I'm saying? So that's their neck of the woods. They shouldn't take offense. They shouldn't have the situation where somebody else come to New York and straighten shit out for them. That's where their grandmothers live. That's where their daughters live. That's where their sons live. That's where their mama live. You see what I mean? They supposed to be fixing that shit themselves. However, if it was me, hell no, you won't even be thinking about it. You won't be thinking. Everybody will be knowing goddamn well. The pimp is supposed to look at my ass and say, "Oh no, that's V. Don't go there." Yeah, nah, that dude V. He gonna, we know, not him. Leave him out of it. Put him to the side. You know what I mean? The scammer is supposed to say, V. Bennett, no, no. Wait. They get together, the scammers, and say, no, see that dude right there? He will fuck us up and fuck all our shit over with no mercy. So just leave him out of it. You know what I'm saying? And also his kid, and his lady, and that's how it's supposed to be. And unfortunately, apparently, in New York, it's not like that for a lot of people. I don't know if he scams people in New York or if he's just scamming the people that live in other cities or something like that. But I tell you what, dude, it's like you never scammed me. You never got a penny from me. I would never think about giving you a penny. And it's just because I've seen all that shit before, but you're lucky somebody didn't bust your ass for Ask Rock Crazy. Like, really. He's lucky, like people didn't bust his ass for the, ripping off all those elders with their bootleg tape. It may not seem like nothing, but one penny is enough. 1 penny is the principle. Just 1 penny. You see what I mean? 1 penny is theft. 1 penny is disrespect. You see? So, yeah, but hey, that's how I look at it, Shaka. And I don't think it should be hard to respect people, but this dude is doing that. On the flip side, it's like, it's so sad. It's nothing else but gaslighting, Shaka. Nobody should respond to that. He is the abuser talking out loud to people he abuses.
Well, I
African
disagree.
people.
I disagree when you say nobody should respond to that. You know, I
No,
don't see
no.
it the same way.
I mean, when he says black people are fucked up, no. It's not black people around the world. Black people are rising up. You are part of the sunkenness that's going down. That's what it is. And the people that are with that, though, they are part of the sunkenness in the black community and the African community that is dying off, that is going down. You see, that's going down in the dirt. That's what it is. He shouldn't see himself and his experience and the people that he scammed as the overall community, because the overall community see his ass. You see what I mean? It's just it's a percentage that didn't see it, because these kind of people, they go after weakness. They go after the weak ones. They go after the young ones. They go after the old ones. These are just bastards, So we just got to take more of we should clap our hands for him for showing us that, there's scammers out there that have to be dealt with, or we ain't going further. You see what I mean? Now, in New York, he scammed people physically, mechanically, and all these other people on the net, they scammed them, but the net is about to shut his ass down anyway. He's about to be out of a livelihood. So, all right, it's good. If he wasn't talking that shit, robbing and scamming, he wouldn't be out of a livelihood. So, I mean, we should be happy that it's coming to an end, because that's all he know how to do.
It is coming to an end, indeed. Now, you mentioned Ashok Kwesi. I'm going to let people know what the deal is.
Another joint. Hold this up right here. Another joint right here. By Ashok Kwesi. Freemasonry. The origin of Freemasonry. Now, look at me right quick. I think Ashok Kwesi, this message is for you. Ashok don't like nobody getting his information out. But this is not this Negro information in the street. This right here belongs to all of us, man. Ashok Kwesi, stop calling me, asking me if I'm selling your tape. Hell no, I ain't selling your tape. Whenever you
Even Sarasuddin said, he said Ashok Kwesi, even Sarasuddin said, he said that Filthy Frankie Sarnetta was selling his DVD.
You a slick nigga, selling all my DVDs over the years. How much money you made off of me, Sarnetta?
But this is not this Negro information.
Is you like you a schizophrenic or something, nigga? Something wrong with your brain, Sarnetta. Why you?
And of course, when he said selling his DVDs, he made it's clear and obvious that it means it was bootlegging his DVDs, Now, hey, Two Real is in the place to be.
He's bootlegging his ass. He's bootlegging setting shit,
Yeah.
And you know what? He's doing so well, basically he kept, he focused on himself, and stayed away from the confusion, because whatever this confusion is around Sarnetta, I mean, who want to be associated with pedophiles? Who want to be associated with all this scamming of your community, all of this shit? Who wants to be associated with that? I mean, that house is burning, so anybody that stays a part of that gets burnt. So Seti was smart. He only had to get burnt once, and then he was like out, because he's normal thinking. He's a healthy thinking person. He's like, wow, that's not how it's supposed to go. I wasn't raised like that. This is not how you treat your own brothers and sisters. And he was like, damn, this shit is foul. I'm out. And so yeah.
Just before we hear from Sister Andrea Bruner, just in case Two Real hasn't heard it, I want to play this short excerpt of Sarnetta saying that black people ain't
One thing I can tell you, brother, is black people, we ain't shit, man. Our people ain't shit. Black people ain't shit, bro. We can talk about this white man all day, but nah, man, black people ain't them. We ain't shit, man. Our people is fucked up. This slavery shit, I got to blame it all on slavery, You hear me? This slavery shit done fucked up our mental, everything, man. We ain't shit as a people. We still trying to live off of what our fucking ancestors did 100 goddamn years ago.
Sister Andrea Brunet, welcome. Feel free to speak.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to speak for myself. I'm the bomb. I'm good. Everything's good in the hood over here. You know, I don't. You know, I'm just, you know, I'm not going to comment to his stuff, right? Because you know that's him. All I know is we are where I live and people I know, we all doing just fine. We're doing just fine. So all I can say is, you know, if that's how he feels about himself, that's on him. He can only speak for himself, but he can't speak for everybody because he ain't in everybody's neighborhood, right? That's just where he lives. And if he wants to project that onto everybody else, and that's him. He can do whatever. He can say it however he wants to say it. But for me and mine, we are fine. We're doing good. So, you know, if he wants to believe that that's on him. Hey, more power to you. If that's how you feel about yourself, more power to you. All the rest of us who don't feel that way about ourselves and we take pride in who we are and how we're trying to raise our children and our grandchildren and doing what's right by them, we're all good. You know, let him speak for himself because that's the only one he can speak about. He can't speak about nobody else. He can. Even if we think somebody's doing bad, that doesn't mean they are. Even if we think somebody is, that doesn't mean they are. You know, so if that's how he feels about himself, more power to him. I'm good. I'm the bomb, and I am the ish when it comes to certain things. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say. I'm just gonna keep making light of this stuff because this gets to be so ridiculous, right? You can't on one hand say one thing and come back and keep flipping and flopping like a fish out of water, right? It's either one way or it's the other. You can't just keep changing your mind at the drop of a dime. It just doesn't work that way. So, you know, but he's entitled to feel how he wants to feel about himself. That's, hey, go on, do what you feel how you feel. I'm good. You know.
True. I mean, he wasn't saying that when he was asking for them cash apps. It's like, I don't get it, you know? It's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Maybe
and if anybody listens to that and believes that, then that's shame on them. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. If you listen to that and you believe that, just like you keep, you know, you say when you know better, you do better. When you know better, you do better. You don't keep falling back prey to what you hear people say when they say stuff like that, because that puts you right back under the funk of, you know, like you can't do anything. But if you know better, you do better. So the more people know and the more we encourage people to do and to say the right things, the better people become. But when you keep hearing all that kind of stuff like that, how's that helping anybody? I mean, how's that helping the community? When you're coming, the very community you say you serve, you're telling that community we ain't ish. I don't get it. You know, it's just crazy.
You know, like Bennett said, when he's asking for cash apps, he's not saying that. When he wants people to buy the tickets for his debates, he's not saying that. I'm suspecting that maybe he said that because he wasn't really getting, you know, some donations or something like that. But, you know, I'm suspecting, you know, I'm not saying that's what it was. But, you know, I'm very curious, you know, what people have to say about that. And really, if people want to talk about anything else, then they are welcome to do so. But that one right there, oh, man, I think it will go down in history, man. This is the House of Consciousness, allegedly. But feel free.
Yeah, that's almost like, to me, that's almost like saying we're under a curse. And, you know, and I don't buy that. I just don't. I mean, you know, do we have issues to get over? Sure we do. Who doesn't? Everybody got some struggle that they have to deal with in life. Everybody. We ain't no different than any other group of people out there. So, you know, everybody has their struggles and their issues that need to be brought to the forefront to be taken care of. And so nobody stands out any more than the other, in my opinion. So it's just my 2 cents for what it's worth.
You know, it to me it sounds like the way he's structured it is, if he's not happy, the black community ain't shit. You know, essentially at the end of the day. And that's been it. I think that's been his whole thing. It's just like me, feed me. And if you don't, I'm not happy. He doesn't explain much else to it. It's just like, okay, now the black community's not doing good. It must be they're not feeding him. That's what it is. But I mean, what has he done for the community? What has he done for himself?
I mean, I don't know him like that. I mean, y'all know him. I don't know him like that. I'm just speaking to this one little thing. I don't know what he, all I know is what I hear on, what I've heard on your channel. I didn't know him like that. But since he addressed me within that community, I can speak to that since he addressed me also. When you know better, you do better. We are too old to keep doing. And I'm going to appeal to his. If I'm going to appeal to anything, we're the elder of the group, and we should be encouraging our people instead of coming back with these kind of derogatory statements that don't do anybody any good whatsoever. If you've known better, you just do better. You just do. I mean, it's not your actions have to line up with your words. You can't say you're doing good and then your mouth is not saying what you're doing, right? It just doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. I haven't seen it work that way, Talk is cheap.
It's true.
Anyway.
What has he done? He asked that question of the community. So what? Didn't he say something like that, Shaka?
What are we building? Well, let me play it again, just for the people who haven't heard it. Let me just play it again.
Is black people, we ain't shit, man. How people? One thing I can tell you, brother, is black people, we ain't shit, man. How people ain't shit. Black people ain't shit, bro. We can talk about this white man all day, but nah, man. Black people ain't them. We ain't shit, man. Our people is fucked up. This slavery shit, I gotta blame it all on slavery, You hear me? This slavery shit done fucked up our mental, everything, man. We ain't shit as a people. We still trying to live off of what our fucking ancestors did 100 goddamn years ago. We built this. We built America. We built that. Okay, granted, you built all that shit. Now that the white man is not hitting you in the back, nigga, no more to make you build it, here's the question I got for you, What the fuck are we building today? When you ain't being forced to build nothing. What are you building today, What is black people building today?
Yeah, there it is. And we have Imhotep University. Yep. Greetings to Imhotep University TV, who is in the place to be. Yes, feel free, brother. Have you been?
I mean, maybe he doesn't know anybody building anything today. He doesn't know any black. To me, it seems like there's a lot of things happening. I mean, from what it looks like to me, I know a lot of black people in the U.S. also that are doing a lot of contributing to their communities, building things, and of course, it may not be what Sonetta acknowledges as building, but I mean, you have to build. You got to build one step at a time. You got to network with people to be able to build. If you want to build big things, then you have to have the network that has the capacity to build things, big things. If you want to make small things, then it takes a smaller network, but you still got to be a part of some kind of network. People. It depends on who you're talking about. I think he's just speaking down, feeling frustrated about himself more than the community. It's not really. I don't see it as anything else but just talking down. He must be bummed out. That's how I look at it. I can't see it any other way, Shaka. Because if you want to say the community's doing good, then you can talk about you break it down in detail. How well is the community doing good? And there are, you do have people making strides, moving up that reflect the community. But if you want to say that they're doing bad, then you also got to do the same thing. You got to speak in detail about it. Otherwise, it's just a general statement of how he feels. That's how I look at it. He feels like the black community ain't shit. Okay, so there you have it. He's not forced to qualify what he means, so.
I'm wondering if it's not about the time when somebody ran off with his money, or if it's not the time when he saw the pictures and the videos of his so-called wife twerking and, for all these dudes around, all these Hebrews. I don't know, man, but I presume he will come up with some sort of explanation, and his groupie followers would accept whatever explanation he has for them, because, all the fast stuff that he has done and said, they are still capping for the dude, you know. So it's gonna be interesting. I mean, like you said earlier, even the dude's a grown man who did not even get paid for some service that they provided for some debate. You know what I'm saying? And that's
is
three that we know of so far.
Like,
come again?
Yeah. Is that what he's like when he says the black community ain't shit? Is he talking about, for example, Jabari, Chris, what's his last name? Chris whatever, MVP Harris, right? Yeah, Chris Snakes. Is he talking about Shaka Amos? Is he talking about Ankh? Is he talking about the people that he works with, that he has experience with, daily experience with? Is he talking about Sister Freedom? Is he talking about these people within his network, within his community? Like, what is he talking about? That. So for me, it's just like, okay, well, if you talk, is he talking about Polite? Yeah, if you're talking about this, I would say, yeah, community looking bad, yo. It's looking real bad, you know. But if he's not talking about them, then who is he talking about? I mean, you know, there's people in the community not doing that well. That's for damn sure. But you know, it's hard to say. It's hard to speak on Shaka if you don't have more details. I would say that.
Yeah, well, we'll find out, you know. But I'm surprised, man. I mean, I heard some stuff from him, but that one there, yeah, is he talking about the Nation of Islam with Farrakhan? As we know, he's butt kissing Farrakhan, that's for sure, and the Nation of Islam. I mean, any Asiatic black man for that matter. He fed up with Garfield, so you know. But he said we ain't shit as a people. So he made that clear. And I want people to hear it again. Yeah, he did say that. Let me play it again.
One thing I can tell you, brother, is black people, we ain't shit, man. Our people ain't shit. Black people ain't shit, bro. We can talk about this white man all day. But nah, man, black people ain't them. We ain't shit, man. Our people is fucked up. This slavery shit, I gotta blame it all on slavery, You hear me? This slavery shit done fucked up our mental, everything, man. We ain't shit as a people. We still trying to live off of what our fucking ancestors did.
See, as a people. And there's another person who hates Africans as a people.
As a people, I hate Africans because of what they did to my people.
This is Africans, and a lot of people unfortunately don't care if you diss Africans. Here he said black people. So, I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know if people got the notification, but I'm gonna stay too long if there's no, no participation.
Yeah, I'm just,
you know.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, what, is there like a specific group of black people? Is it about all black people around the world? Is it talking about all black people in the U.S.? Or, I mean, I'm just.
He would have specified. He would have specified, he says the people. Well, it's safe to say that, he's talking about black people in America, but, he said black people, so.
Yeah, he said black. Yeah, he did. He did. It's true. I think it sounds like he's talking about himself, his situation, because he's weird. The statement, at one point he's talking about everybody. Then he says the black people ain't shit, and then he says, how come we ain't building anything? So he must be talking about a specific. I mean, it's hard to know. He's generalizing. He's just generalizing. It's all generalizing. He doesn't feel good about the state of black people. But my question is, like, where has he gone? Where has he looked? It's because when you make a statement like that, the only rational thing I can think of is that it's a reflection of the people, his own life experience, who he works with, who he lives with, who he communes with on the daily. And if that's the case, then okay, then that's the case. Otherwise, he gotta specify a little bit more to bring clarity to it. I mean, everybody have the right to feel down about their own experience, like Sister Burnett was alluding to. So that's how.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, everybody, all of us, it's how you look at what you go through, right? I mean, Everybody, you know, every now and then you feel like you're down in the woolly gullies, and then you got to pull yourself back up out of there. Because the longer you stay down there, you know, thinking you ain't ish, then you're gonna keep. That's what you're gonna keep bringing to yourself. You gotta, you know, at some point you got to get up and say, you know, it's not as bad as I thought it was, because I know it could be, you know, it could be worse. Because that's just a true statement. It could be worse. But at the end of the day, you know, you can. It's okay to feel that way for a little while, but you can't stay there. You know, because it doesn't do anybody any good when you start, you know, especially when you make it about all of us. It'd be one thing if you just talk about yourself, because that's all you can really say. You can't really, you know, throw the whole net out there and pull in all these different kind of fish and say all these fish are, you know, something's wrong with all of them. No, all of us, some of us were doing just fine until you cast your net out there. And, you know, we have to be careful what we allow to go into our psyche, right? So if somebody's saying we ain't ish, I don't need to hear that. That's the reason why I don't listen to certain music and all stuff. I don't need to hear all that. You know, we need to be more of a, if we don't do anything for our communities, be more of a positive influence and speak the right things to our people. And that, you know, that's just that's how I feel about it. I mean, we just, we've been down in the gully and in the gutter. We've done all that. Heard all that, been all that, seen all that. But when we knew better, we started doing better. And knowing who we are, that's a big step. That to me, knowing who we are and knowing where we came from helps in that area. Because if we continue listening to all the propaganda that's been coming to us through this country, anywhere else we've lived, we would think that we're not that, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see that, Andrea?
You still there?
Yeah, it looks like she lost connection. Feel free to come back if you can hear us, sister. I'm just gonna type it. Lost you, Andrea. Oh, I made a typo. Lost you, Andrea. I think she's gonna come call back. All right. Well, if you want to address any other topic, feel free. You know, but you know, I'm
I mean,
not
but I
say
think it's
too long
true, man. I think it's like what she's saying is so true.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, I agree with her. You know, you can't generalize. It's not helpful to generalize because let's just say, for example, let's say you live in New York, you know, or let me say Baltimore. Let's say you live in Baltimore and you're a black male, but Baltimore, you know, the schools system maybe is not the school system you want to go to. Well, let's say, but you work, your kid, you know, the school system you want to put your kid in Baltimore, it's not up to par, but you work in DC. Well, let's say the DC school system is where you can, on your way to work, maybe if you know somebody or have a family member, or, you know, of course, this technically may not be legit, but it's just to give you an idea. Maybe you can drop your kid off at school in DC, in the city you work in, and then pick your kid up and then head home after the after school program, right? So you could say, well, all the US is fucked up, you know, all the US ain't shit. But within that, there's nuances. So you have to kind of be able to navigate through the nuances to make things work better. And it's like that with black people too. Some black people are not one monolith. There's different backgrounds, different not just ethnic backgrounds, or not just things like what part of the country you come from, but also maybe your family makeup, you know, that your education level in your family, the economics in your family. And also it goes on to a generational thing. You know, some things just get passed down, right? Values and things like that through time, right? So there's nuances in all of that stuff. So you're supposed to kind of lean towards the strengths, not towards the weaknesses. And when you say just things like, black people are fucked up, well, you just erased all the strengths that you could lean towards. And now you've even replaced the strengths that are there. Maybe you don't see them, but the ones that really are there, you've also wiped those out and just said, nah, nothing's worth doing anything anymore. So you got to be careful to not just blanket people that way, because if you blanket them that way, I mean, you could say what you want about black people, but the reality of it is that if Sonetta comes across a black person that that owns real estate in New York, has a business, he's going to change that tune around quick. He's going to be like, man, black people great, man. Can I help me out, brother? Black people great. You know, you can't have it both ways. You have to acknowledge the good and you got to acknowledge the bad. And there's no easy way around that. You know, it's just that simple.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, it depends on the perspective, I guess. Go ahead, Sister Andrea. Go ahead.
I think I was talking to myself for a little bit. I don't even know when I dropped off because my phone was
sorry.
overheating and it just dropped.
Yeah, I forgot
Like-
the last thing you said when we lost you. But yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. I was just saying the best thing to do is just to speak positive words to our children and our grandchildren. All this other stuff, it's okay to be in the gutter every now and then or the welly gullies or the depression or whatever. It's okay to feel down every now and then, but that's not a place we should stay. And those are not words we should be, giving our children and making them feel like they have no, there's no hope for them to be any better. When you know better, you just do better. Right. And so, I don't tell my grandkids that. I'm always, I'll tell them, hey, beautiful, hey, handsome, or, try to make them feel good about themselves and all kinds of stuff. When they come to see grandma is the bomb. I try to lift them. I got my grandbaby here and she can testify that I try to lift them up and make them feel good about themselves. Because at the end of the day, that's, when it comes to who we are, all of that gets defined. And it's our responsibility to make sure our children don't feel like they ain't in. It's just not good for them. It's not good for their mental wellness. So I try to encourage my husband and my children and my grandchildren to make sure that they know we're the bomb. I don't care even if we're not doing good at the time, that doesn't mean that you still ain't, that doesn't define who you are as a person and as a human being. Your situation, circumstances don't define who you are. They make you who you are. And that's how we have to look at what, things that we go through in life. So to cast the net to all black people, that's a disservice to all. I'm going through the car wash, so if y'all hear all this noise, that's what that is. But to cast that net for all black people, that's not good. That's not good. All he can do is speak for himself, because we're good over here, and my friends that I know, we're good over here. We're not, even if people are going through that, we get out here and we help one another. And so I'm good, I think we just have to be careful how we speak, what we speak into our lives, because it's not good to be hearing all this, what I would consider negative, even though that comes and goes with being a human being. We got the negative comes with the positive, and that's necessary, but it's not necessary for it to keep coming out of our mouth to make our people feel like we're less than everybody else. That's ridiculous. So anyway.
Yeah, he built he got a lot of hate. He's built with a lot of hate,
because I love our people. I don't care where they are. I love me some black people. I love my black people. I don't care where we are. I love my black people, because when you know what we've been through, he could talk about slavery in that negative light, but when you know that, and even through the 60s, 70s, 80s, and even today, where you still see a lot of stuff happening to our people, when you know what we've been through, you just kind of, when I see my people, I just like, I don't care where we're at. I'll say hi. I don't care where we're at. In the grocery store, I don't care where I'm at. Hey, how you doing? Or engage in conversation sometimes. It just, you don't know what you might do for that person that particular day, right? Sometimes it's not about everybody. Everything's not going to be visible, what people are doing, right? We're not going to see what goes on behind the scenes, because I didn't know you were doing what you were doing over there, because I'm just meeting you and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of stuff happens behind the scenes where we don't see what's going on. And so to some people may seem like our community ain't crap because you can't see everything. All you can see is where you live. You don't, and even in that, you don't know everything that's going on behind the scenes. So to put that out there and put a broad brush on all of us, that does an injustice to the community, because there's a whole lot more going on than not. So,
Yeah. Actually it's odd because Sonetta, he's African American, or that's what they say, whatever. He's I forget. It's hard to know, but okay, he's Dominican and African American. But for me, it's like the American experience, South America, all the broader context. He's African American, right? He lives in America, the American South, North, the islands, whatever, right? But it's interesting because you know, it seems like a lot of people in America, and I'm not just saying that about the US, but it seems like there's not a lot of contact with the Black experience in Europe, right? And because Black Europeans, ironically enough, have often looked up and towards African Americans for inspiration, you know? And when you hear Sonetta say this, it's kind of interesting because, you know, there's still a lot of African Americans or Black Europeans that say, you know what? Wow, okay, Obama, he was the president one time. Okay, oh wow, they're seeing a lot of elected officials in the U.S. You know, locally, you know, governors, senators, congresspeople, and in Europe, that's a fight that's going on right now. This is a new thing, you know. So, you know, there are some things the Black Europeans look up to from the U.S. and should, and then vice versa. But I never hear African Americans talk about the Black European experience. Like, what is it that they might get out of it? What is it that they see in that? And also equally with the continent, with Africa or even South America, you could juxtapose it with whichever region, you know. But it seems to me in his comments, he just puts everybody in one box and doesn't see that although his experience may be like that, go to Colombia, look at the Black experience in Colombia. You know how many Black Colombians would love to just for a couple of days trade places with you just to have the opportunity that you have? I mean, and not that they look down on their communities, but they might see Sonetta as wasting his opportunity. You know, they really might.
Indeed.
You know, so,
Indeed.
you
A
know.
lot of people flee their country for some better opportunity. And the reason why their country is kind of in a bad shape, and you know, neocolonialism, and many times also bad rulership, bad governance, you know. So, and those debts, you know, those debts that stem from slavery and colonization and all that, you know, the puppets in power. I mean, we kind of know the deal, you know. Let me just play it. I really want people to hear it, so I just want to play it again, you know, for all the people who just arrived recently.
One thing I can tell you, brother, is Black people, we ain't shit, man. Our people ain't shit. Black people ain't shit, bro. We can talk about this white man all day, but nah, man, Black people ain't them. We ain't shit, man. Our people is fucked up. This slavery shit, I gotta blame it all on slavery, You hear me? This slavery shit done fucked up our mental, everything, man. We ain't shit as a people. We still trying to live off of what our fucking ancestors did 100 goddamn years ago. We built this. We built America. We built that. Okay, granted, you built all that shit. Now that the white man is not hitting you in the back, nigga, no more to make you build it, here's the question I got for you, What the fuck are we building today? When you ain't being forced to build nothing. What are you building today, What is Black people building today?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
It's a real it's a pathetic question, man. It's not even, you know, he didn't put any real thought. There's no thought behind it. I guess he just want to rant. It sounds more like a rant and just, you know, yeah, it's not useful. It's not a useful statement. You know, I mean, he should know of all people that there's a lot of Dominicans that would love to switch places with him. And so when they hear him say Black people ain't shit today, guess what? That's where they get this that's where this divide comes, because they look at Sonetta, they would be like, this is an African American, Sonetta, and he's saying Black people ain't shit. Well, then the Dominican would be like, yeah, but you wasting your opportunity. And then a person like Sonetta would be like, get the fuck out of here, banana boat. Get your ass back on the banana boat.
I'm glad you said that.
It's like he doesn't understand how these things connect, you know?
Yeah. I got to. I'm glad you said that. Listen to Sanada disrespecting the West Indian. Sanada and Sutek, you know.
Why should they listen to you?
Willie Lynch.
So why should they listen to you?
Willie Lynch
This
right
is
here.
Willie Lynch at his
This
best.
Willie Lynch.
Willie Lynch at
Another
his
West,
best.
another West
Willie Lynch.
Indian.
Go ahead.
Another West Indian.
Another
Willie
West
Lynch.
Indian.
Go over
Another
to
West
Get this, another damn West Indian
Another West
bootlicking ass
Indian. Willie
nigga.
Lynch.
Another bootlicking.
Willie Lynch.
Look, you gonna come in my face, man. You go ahead, man. You don't know nothing about the black nigga.
No, you still on the plantation.
Bootlicking ass nigga, man.
Protecting the cracker. Protect the cracker. Go ahead. Protect Whitey.
Protecting the cracker.
Protect Whitey.
Keep on protecting Whitey, nigga.
Where the fuck is he? These white folks, these black people come to the aid of this white man. Yeah, come on back, brother. Come on back. Come on back. Come on back.
Come on back.
Come on back. I got it.
Come on,
Come on.
Man, shut up. Come on.
You work for the white man.
Come on over here.
You work for the white man.
Shut the hell up.
You work for the white man. You work for the white man.
Your damn self.
You work for the white man.
All you goddamn banana boat motherfuckers come here and try to tell us something.
Yeah.
All you banana boat motherfucking West Indians come here and try to tell us something.
They're gonna drop
Come on, man.
you all
All
here
you
and
banana
drop
boat
you off.
motherfuckers come
Yeah,
here
but
and
you
try to
can't
tell
pay
us
for the
something.
banana
You
boat.
can't tell us a damn thing. You want to kiss the white man ass, you kiss his ass.
You know that
You want to kiss his ass, you kiss his ass. Don't come here and try to tell us. All you goddamn motherfucking banana boat motherfuckers come here and try to tell us what to do.
Who
Get the hell out of
owns
here.
rich and who owns everything on this block? You?
Get the hell out of here.
Foreigners own
If you
everything on
want to
this
kiss the
block.
white man's butt, you kiss it. Don't come tell us what to do.
We can't even buy a bagel from you.
You don't
Why
tell
you
us what
own
to
that?
do, man.
You can buy a DVD from us and free your mind. You can buy a book from us and free your mind.
They're all.
You can buy a book from us and free. You can buy a book from us and free your mind. Willie Lynch.
All you Willie Lynch niggas.
Willie Lynch. Willie Lynch. You bootleg. You's a bootleg Negro. You's a bootleg African. You a bootleg African. You're a bootleg African. A bootleg African. You shouldn't even be proud to say that. You a disgraceful Jamaican. That's what you are. You a disgraceful Jamaican. You a disgraceful Jamaican. You a disgraceful Jamaican. Here come the other one. Here comes down.
He doesn't see himself. He doesn't see how he's how both sides of the equation exist. You know, and he, you know, on one hand, he's not satisfied with black people. Black people in America ain't shit. You see that, Shaka, right?
It looks like the guy didn't want to buy their DVD, so that's how he got heated. You know, so maybe when he said black people ain't shit, it's because people wouldn't give enough donations.
Well, look,
feel free.
He says when he says black people ain't shit, he's talking about black Americans, right? Now they ain't shit, but then in this case, it's the other ones, the non-FBA that ain't shit. So what he doesn't get is how he actually feeds into the negativity of both sides. He's like standing on the crux of it because he's not understanding something. He's confused by both parts. You know, he doesn't understand that although things are although complete and total justice has not been obtained by African Americans, at the same time on a global scale, you still are in a situation that others admire and would like to benefit from. You see what I mean? And would hope to, you know, they see that as like, oh, okay, if I could get that, then I know exactly what I could do. If I get what they have, I can maneuver this way and do these things. And so there's a lot of people thinking that, but when they look at a person that says they're African American and looks at that person and isn't doing well and is pointing the finger at the one who's just coming and saying, you ain't shit, you come, you know, they put that together in their minds. They're like, yeah, Sonetta, you saying that your community's not shit because you're not doing the right things, Sonetta. And they're saying, I will come and do the right things. I won't be like you, Sonetta. That's what they're saying, you know. And then a person like Sonetta translates that out to the community as, oh, this is about ethnicity. No, it's about you. That it's about what you're doing, you know. It's about always acknowledging what you're doing. Yeah. And when we try to just say it's about ethnicity, FBA or non-FBA, we blanket the whole situation. We make it even more confusing to see. It's about the specific experiences of the individual. And all the individuals are not exactly the same. The components are not, the things that they have at their disposal are not exactly the same for African Americans or migrants. They're not exactly the same among migrants. All Nigerians don't come to the United States of America with the same exact things. Some of them are educated, some of them may not be. Well, I don't want to say they're not educated. Let's say they're all educated. Some are rich, some are coming from poorer backgrounds. Some are, got Yoruba, others are Muslim. You don't know. It's the same thing. So when we generalize them, we just forget that, no, man, there's all different kinds of details in there and parts that we have to match up correctly if we want to have a positive benefit from them, and vice versa. If they generalize us, the same thing happens. They miss the ones of us that they could benefit from, you know, and then they get stopped also. It just equals building brick walls, man, building, burning bridges, essentially, you know, and building walls. And that's not what we're supposed to be doing. So Sonetta, ultimately, he burns bridges and he builds walls. So that's not a good recipe for success.
It's gonna end up isolated. But he's gonna reap what he sow. His karma is coming.
Definitely.
Yeah, and the thing is too, you know, when it comes to all this, you know, generalization and stuff, I mean, you know, listen to that white folk, they think everybody else is coming over here trying to take their jobs and take all this stuff from them. And, you know, we're trying to just, you know, change history, even though that's not what we're doing. But, you know, we're constantly being blamed for the social ills of the country, yay, the world. Every time you turn around when things ain't going right, we are the whooping post for all of it. You know, I don't care what it is, you know, they want to say that we're the ones, you know, we're this, we're lazy. That is, you know, and then when we turn around and feed into that narrative and say the same thing we were saying, we are not. How is that helping the community? It just isn't. We get blamed for everything. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. If it's crime, it's black people. You know, if it's promiscuity, it's black women. If it's teen pregnancy, it's black. That ain't us. It ain't all us. But that's the narrative. That's that propaganda that gets put out. Like I said, when we hear about other countries, we don't hear the good about that country. So now they're trying to push the LGBTQ stuff over there in Africa. Yep. When they get that pushback, oh, you're this and you're that. It's always something. And it can't be just, you know, leave us the F alone. Can't be that. No, it's got to be something. You know, we do good. They come and burn down the city. They're trying, you know, I think DeSantis he took some money from them having the Juneteenth celebration. There's always something. Somebody's trying to ban all the black books in Florida. It's just constant. It's just a constant barrage of trying to erase us by any means necessary. And then when our people turn around and say what we say, that does not help. It does not help because it fuels their reason for saying, see, black people ain't it's got to stop, you know. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
Well, let me just put an end to the stream. I really appreciate your contribution. It is there for the record, nice and short. I mean, he said so many stuff at this point, you know, but that one, you know, we're going to see what the excuses are. You know what I'm saying? So thank you very much, Brother V. Bennett. Thank you very much, Sister Andrea Brunet, and everybody else in the chat. Stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to, by the nature, I will definitely holler back at you. I don't argue, I state facts. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. If you do not think right, you will not act right. If you know better, you will do better. Hotel.
Now, for the record, for those who don't know,
I'm giving Medu Nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, Before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody's interested in learning the Meta Nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Nature classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class. And all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Nature class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/ma'atforever.